I'm live. Okay. All right, great. All right, what's up? I'm Dan, the sportsman, the international sportsman, that is, of course, because I know sports from around the world, okay? Not just America, but Europe and around the world. First show, okay? First time doing this, okay? So there's going to be a lot of mistakes. So, anyway, I'm going to focus on today's sports, okay? Especially in America. We got NHL, we got NBA, we got tennis also here. Yeah, and a couple other sports, soccer, MLS, a lot of other sports coming in here. Okay. So I got a lot of predictions to say about American sports, which is good. But today is Thursday, March 14th, and we got soccer in Europe. Okay. We got the Europa League and the UEFA Conference League. A lot of good action out there. And I got some predictions for you. Okay. So I'm an all sports man. So let me go. I have a couple picks. Okay. Sports prediction, baby. Um, I'm mainly a Philadelphia sports man. Okay. Because I live in Philadelphia. So I know Philadelphia, but I know a whole lot of other things. So um, let me start with Philadelphia today. Okay. Because it's Philadelphia. Today on tap for Philadelphia, we got the Philadelphia Flyers at 7:30 p.m. against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Okay, the Philadelphia Flyers are looking good this year. They're rebuilding for the future. I don't know how they're doing it, but even with this young squad, they added a few pieces. They have a new general manager, Danny Briere, and new president, Keith Jones, and they made some good moves last week in the trade deadline, bringing in the Russian Denis Guryanov. So it seems like they're going forward, and they have a lot of picks going forward. Are they going to make the playoffs? They're sitting in a sixth position. It's going to be very close and tight. No one predicted them, but I think Philadelphia can make the playoffs. But they're playing against a tough Toronto Maple Leafs team. But about a month ago, they played tough in Toronto and lost 4-3 in overtime, got themselves a point. Tonight, the game's in Philadelphia. It's going to be a similar result. It's going to be tough. And from the betting perspective, I would not bet on it. Okay, it's too close to call. But from a sports perspective, I think Philadelphia has a chance to get a point, another point, and a point is very crucial. So I would say a win or an overtime loss, another point. It's going to be tough. They have a tough schedule upcoming next 5 games, which is going to be real. In April, the schedule gets easier for Philadelphia Flyers, and they can make up points there. But right now, this is going to be a tough stretch. You got today Toronto, and then on Saturday the Boston Bruins, another tough team. Okay, in the East. So yeah, it's crucial that they get points here and there because you got teams like Detroit and Washington Capitals and the New York Islanders who and Buffalo Sabres really pushing for that 7-8 spot, the playoff spot. Okay. And Flyers, can they make it if they stay strong throughout the next couple of weeks? I think they might. First time in a long time to make the playoffs. Okay. So, yeah, I'm a Philadelphia sportsman, so I'm going to stick with Philadelphia for now. Um, that's my hockey prediction for today. We'll go with Philadelphia. There's a couple other NHL games on, but I'm not going to give him a prediction on those. I don't have the data on that yet. It's my first show, so I'm all over the place. But I'm a Philadelphia man first. But let me, because I'm international sports as well. Eagles are not in action. Sixers going to be tough right now until they get the Joe Embiid back. Baseball didn't start yet. Tennis. Okay, I'm a tennis guy too. Also, on the women's side, you got Indian Wells in California. You got number one player Iga Swiatek playing against Caroline Wozniacki. I think she's going to win. Uh, yeah, right on the women's side. Men's side, there's a lot of good Americans out there, uh, but I think they lost last night. Taylor Fritz and all them other players. Um, So that might be another segment. Tennis would be another segment. Soccer another segment. But I'm all over the place, but that's okay. But I guess today I'll just stick with Philadelphia. So, or hockey in general. So I am Dan, the international sportsman, but I'm Dan the Philly man because I'm Philadelphia. So I already told you about the Philadelphia Flyers, how I feel about that. Anything else about Philadelphia? I'll get to the other sports later on, but let me focus on Philadelphia first. So I told you about the Flyers. I think they're doing good. They're going forward, progressing. Eagles looking good, and in the papers signing Saquon Barkley. I like that. So I think their offense is going to be more potent next year, and lot of pressure off Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown. So they're going to open up the passing game and rushing game. And I think they're going to get that spark again because they realize they have a short window of success here, and I think that was a good thing. So Eagles are going up. Phillies probably going up. They start in a couple weeks. They're getting their players back. All Philadelphia teams are doing pretty good. Sixers, once they get Joel Embiid back, they got Tyrese Maxey, good point guard. So it'll be tough with the playoffs, but they're going to make it. Maybe we'll see what happens. Philadelphia Union, the soccer team, they've a little bit falling apart here starting the season, but they had CONCACAF Champions League qualifications, so they're out of that tournament. So they're going to focus on MLS. They play Austin on Saturday in Texas, I think. Anyway, they're also going to be a tough team, top team in the East. So all the Philadelphia teams are on the rise. Every single one of them is very competitive. Playoffs, we're talking. And there's that one thing, the Flyers, they haven't been in the playoffs 4 years, and then before that was 10 years ago in 2014. I finally think Philadelphia Flyers have a future. The good coach, John Tortorella, good GM, Danny Briere, good players. They got Matvey Minchkov, the Russian guy from last year. They picked him up. I didn't pronounce that right, but that's okay. Like, maybe he comes in next year and this team starts gelling. But anyway, no one expected Philadelphia Flyers to even make it this year. But just to be there, 6th, 7th thing, I think is very important. Because if they make the playoffs, even if they lose in the first round, it shows that they have a future and they're going in finally in the right way going forward. So, yeah, I'm going to end this segment. Philadelphia first and Philadelphia last. And then I'll get to my other sports later on, I guess. Anyway, peace out. Dan the sportsman, Dan the Philly man, okay? Remember that. All right.